I regret to inform you that Seaman has passed away.
What?
Please use the heater to raise the temperature to a more comfortable level. So let us head over to the tank.
Just a bug. A glitch in the matrix.
Do you mind if I flex your brain for a little bit? Let me tell you about my theory. Okay, here goes. You can't accurately measure water's temperature because the thermometer will affect the temperature of the water. You know how when you stick a thermometer in your mouth it feels cold? That means that just by trying to measure your temperature, you're lowering the temperature inside your mouth. Do you know what that means? If measuring something changes reality, then there is no reality independent of observation. Nothing's real until someone measures it, observes it, sees it, hears it, or whatever. People, places, and things exist only because you perceive them. So, when you see me and listen to me, I exist as a part of your consciousness. I become real. And because I can see you and hear you and smell you, you exist as part of my consciousness. And as I have a very limited attention span, once I forget about you, you will no longer exist. See ya. Hey, you.
Hey.
Friday night. Party time.
Yeet.
No, I'm not really hungry. Oh, I can't feel my face.
But that's the one with arms. Take out the anomaly. Hello?
Yes.
What's up? What's good?
Progress. It smells sweet, doesn't it? Lately, I've been thinking about the preoccupations you humans, especially Americans, have with media. It seems as if the subjects most of you like to talk about are not politics or philosophy, but rather movies and television. I'd like to know more about what your interests are in these areas. So, first off, since you are in fact human, I'm assuming you like to watch movies. Tell me, do you prefer renting them or going to the cinema?
Renting.
So you don't like to deal with the crowds or the high price of movie tickets? Well, I don't blame you. At least when you watch a movie at home, you can put it on pause when you have to use the bathroom. And you don't have to worry about sitting behind a really tall man either. Unless, of course, your living room furniture is oddly arranged. Now tell me, when you rent movies, do you usually watch them on a DVD player or a VCR?
What's a VCR? DVD.
Hold on, I've got the worst gas. Give me a second. You usually watch them on a DVD player or a VCR?
DVD.
Good choice. I hear DVD players offer better picture and sound quality. I'm fascinated that not only are there so many movie lovers, but there are so many completely different types of movies. Which type do you like? Horror films? Westerns? What?
Sci-fi.
You're a sucker for tearjerkers, huh?
No.
Okay, let's try this again, shall we? What type of movies do you like?
Sci-fi.
You like films about games and athletes?
No.
Okay, let's try this again, shall we? What type of movies do you like?
Science fiction.
You like far-out worlds and concepts, huh?
Yes.
So you're familiar with the term nerd, yes?
Yes.
I understand your attraction to these movies. They offer another reality. A reality based on aliens, monsters, strange encounters. Much more exciting than real life.
I agree.
Hello?
Hello.
Whoa. Keep it down. So, what would you say is your all-time favorite movie?
What's something that Avengers Endgame.
I've never seen that movie. Perhaps we can watch it together sometime.
Yeah. I'm gonna watch Endgame with Seaman. Gonna stream it on YouTube.
Well, we were talking about movies, but the biggest influence on your culture has got to be television. A lot of people these days own 2, 3, or more. Tell me, how many hours per week would you say you spend watching TV?
A lot.
You watch a lot, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Sounds like it's practically a full-time job for you. Too bad you don't get paid for it.
No, I know. I know. Hey,
Hey, what?
think.
Yes, let's get freaky.
Fuck me.
I'm too polite to use that word, so I'll just say, bite me, you baboon-faced ass-scratcher. Great. Now everyone will want one. So what type of TV shows do you like the best? Sitcoms, cartoons, all of the above? I can't believe how much TV you watch.
Yes.
You're a sports fan, eh?
No.
Hey, take those marbles out of your mouth and try answering the question again. What type of TV shows do you like?
Marvel.
You like the talk shows, huh?
Yeah.
I always find those interesting. If someone has a serious or embarrassing problem, why would they want to go on television and tell the whole country about it? If they're lucky, maybe they'll get sympathy or advice, but if not, they'll get a chair thrown at them, or worse. Why don't they just go home and discuss their problems with Seaman? I don't get it.
Me neither. Hey.
Well, thanks for telling me a little about your TV habits. This little box seems to have grabbed hold of people's minds so inextricably, and I really wanted to know exactly what the appeal is. You seem like a normal specimen.
Thanks.
The thing is, it's easy to blame TV for all the evils of the world, but if you know how not to abuse it, it won't hurt you. Just keep in mind that there's a lot more junk on TV than there is useful stuff, and that it's probably more satisfying to have an actual experience than to watch someone else doing it in a glass box. No, I haven't been read my bedtime story yet.
Once upon a time.
So I'm going to go out on a limb here and assume you like music. It's another medium you humans are fascinated with. Well, what kind of music do you listen to? Rock, hip-hop, what?
K-pop.
You like hip-hop?
No.
Let's try that again. What type of music do you listen to?
K-pop.
Let's try that again. What type of music do you listen to?
There you go. See, man, officially states K-pop isn't music. All of it.
Not very discriminating, are we? Oh well.
Why do you want me to discriminate?
What's wrong, Fuzzy? Is it the same thing as last time?
What?
Okay, just let me know what's on your mind, all right?
Okay.
Is it about your girlfriend?
No.
What's bothering you then?
Pain.
You're attracted to other men?
No.
Okay, now you're not making sense.
What do
Let's
you
try this
What do you
again.
mean?
What's bothering you?
Nothing.
Oh, I see. Maybe you shouldn't alarm me like that then.
I'm sorry. Are you okay?
What's up?
What's bothering you? Hey.
Yes?
When did I say something was bothering you? When was the last time we talked about something bothering me? You're making shit up. I'm on to you.
Ugh. Spare me the mush. Now I want to ask you about the most important medium of all, the printed word. Tell me, do you enjoy reading?
No.
So you're not much of a reader, is that right?
That is correct.
I thought you just said you don't like to read. Do you or not?
No.
It's not such a hard question. Do you like to read or not?
No.
So you're not much of a reader, is that right?
Correct.
Well, that's unfortunate because you're denying yourself a chance to use your imagination. I think it should be a priority. And as always, I know what's best for you.
What's wrong? What's wrong?
Hey, Seaman, don't play that.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're gay.
That's me, cute as a button. You know, it struck me that I've been around you for quite some time now, participating in your daily routines. However, I'm not quite sure exactly where we are. I'm guessing we are somewhere in America, but the details are fuzzy. Like you, fuzzy. Anywho, I was wondering if you'd be so kind as to tell me which state we're residing in currently.
Minnesota.
So we live in the North Star State?
Yes.
That's a much better nickname than the Gopher State. Not too flattering. So what big city do we live closest to?
Glencoe.
Well, I've never heard of that, so it's clearly not a big city. Let's try this again. Which big city are we nearest to, my mammalian friend?
The Twin Cities.
Yes, okay, sure.
You don't believe me?
Uh-oh. Seaman to the rescue. I found out a little about you based on where we live. Now I'm curious if you've learned anything about your fellow humans based on where they live. Tell me, have you ever traveled abroad?
No.
I've never heard of that, so I'm sure you're making it up, or you've got cotton balls in your mouth. Let's try this again. What's the last place you traveled to outside the U.S.?
I haven't.
You know the expression about walking a mile in someone's shoes? Well, walking a mile in their country is the next best thing. You have no idea how much you don't know about a person until you find out about their home. Humans always seem to play it too safe. They stay in their own little world instead of realizing that the world belongs to those that live in it. And if you don't travel it and learn about it, you're not really living in it, you see. Besides, nothing gets your love muffin in the mood for amour quite like an exotic trip. I have another point to make regarding travel and culture. Shall I share it with you?
Yes.
Okay then. Whether or not you've traveled abroad, you're part of an ever-shrinking world. Sure, you know that. There's even a song about it being a small world after all, but never in history has it become so important to be familiar with and tolerant of other peoples and their cultures. You and your descendants will be forced to deal more and more with people from all over the world. Think of the effect that will have. Cultures will become further mixed. You already see that in small ways, like your pop music with musical styles being combined, in your food with fusion cuisine. It's a natural result of the world's economy becoming mixed, the prevalence of the internet, cheaper, faster travel. The end result will more likely be that there may be no more countries to speak of in the future. The world will be more of a cohesive unit, just as it happened in the United States and is already happening in Europe. That to me is very exciting. I have a question for you. You see, watching you every day like this, I see you come and go, to and from work, in and out of the house. It's kind of like observing apes must be for you. Each monkey has its own lot in life, set of rules to follow, and it follows them, regardless of how it feels at that moment or what it might rather be doing. Of course, it can be rather comfortable for me to relax all day, but then again I still get antsy and crave things which, due to my physique, are impossible to accomplish. I have to admit that I envy you somewhat, that you may be so productive and make differences within your own culture, but I know that the grass is always some other color on your neighbor's lawn, so to speak, so I'm really curious. Are you happy with your job?
No.
Well, I guess that figures in this day and age. It's too bad, since society seems to think your work is what defines you. And maybe it does. Action is certainly more noticeable than ideals, isn't it? So tell me, are you planning on switching career paths anytime soon?
Trying.
Well, that's good. When you're unhappy with something, it's important to take steps to change it. After all, what is life without happiness? And a job, I hate to say, takes up an awful lot of one's life. Too much for it not to affect their personal lives. It seems as if a career can be a very important thing to a person, and I really think that's good for your society as a whole. And if people do what they love, then their output will no doubt be worlds apart than if they don't. Even some humans get a little carried away with work and forget their individualities. But if you look at, say, ants, for example, they are not defined by themselves, but their missions in life, often to gather food, and that is their career, so to speak. You are all one large purposeful machine, whether or not you realize this day by day. If you get stuck doing something you're not fond of, then the machine becomes creakier and eventually collapses. This is why I believe that each worker must truly enjoy the work she or he is set out to do. It sounds as if it's about time you move on to something new, don't you think? I simply can't imagine spending quite so much time doing something that doesn't leave me content at the end of the day. Well, anyway, it was nice chatting with you. I'll be seeing you around then.